We're back on Reddit. Let's go. We're going to look at Great British memes because I like to think that Great Britain has a bit of sense of humour when it comes to meme work. Who knows? We'll find out together now. But hello everyone, welcome. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day, week, month, year, whenever you see this. Hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, or evening. Whenever you see this, really, just hope you're doing well. Let's dive into this straight away, shall we? So first up, we have this. Man who tattooed his Tesco club card onto his arm has just earned £18 in points. Now, for people who are outside of the UK who don't know what Tesco is a supermarket. One of the big three. I don't know, we have like 20 million supermarkets now, so who knows? It used to be up there when I was a kid as like the top two, basically. But yeah, this doesn't surprise me. Somebody tattooing their card, to scan on their arm, because we're in that day and age now where you can get literally anything tattooed on your arm. I was explaining this in work the other day that people are now going out getting tattoos of, the Spotify codes that you can scan and it'll take you to that said music that you've tattooed on yourself. It's just wild nowadays. This hits way too close to home for some reason. Teacher, come on guys, you learned this last year. Me trying to remember what I ate for breakfast. Yeah, that's that was true. That was every time we go to school, they're like, "Oh yeah, we covered this subject loads of times," and there's like a load of us just sat at the table going, "What?" It's just one of them things, isn't it? As a kid, well, not even as a kid, like even now, I sometimes struggle to even remember what I did a couple of days ago, let alone anything else. And I feel like that's more of a worry on my side because I'm getting older. But as a kid, you don't really... School's not a place where you go to be like, oh yeah, let's take all this information in. We're going to need it. Like algebra. Who the fuck needs to learn algebra? Like, when do we need algebra? I mean, somebody in the world obviously needs to use it at some point. But back then, we probably was like, we don't need to learn this. Can I park here? Yeah, man, sure. Where is Yeah Man Sure? I should really look it up on Google or something. I have no idea where Yeah Man Sure is. Let me know in the comments if you know where Yeah Man Sure is, because that's actually a funny name. Yeah, that's pretty good done. That's good done. When your mum sends you to the chippy to get some chips and doesn't ask for a change back, total profit £2. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing we used to do as a kid. When did everyone have like a set day for a chippy tea back when you was younger? Because ours always seemed to be like a Friday. Friday we'd always go to the chippy, which was literally next to the street where we lived on the street, and it was like the first building on the next street over. That was our chippy, and we always used to go in. We used to go in more than just a Friday, but Friday always seems like the day that we used to have our main chippy tea. I always used to just be boring and just have chips and gravy, or chips, peas and gravy. I never had like fish. I sometimes had pies, but yeah, like when we used to ask our parents, could we go to a chippy? And they'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll give you money. And they'd be like, nah, just either keep the change or whatever. It's like, yes, I am rich. That's how it felt. I don't know how it felt for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Sainsbury's are doing God's work. Freddo's, 25p, now 10p with Nectar points. They used to be 10p anyway. I don't know why it's changed. I'm pretty sure now if you go to the likes of Asda, which is like the main supermarket, I suppose you can say. I mean, a lot of people argue differently in the comments, I suppose, but I'm pretty sure in Asda they now sell like, I don't know, a pack of 6 for £1.50. So yeah, that is 25p each. What am I going on about? I don't know. Anyway, But yeah, when I was younger and I used to go to the shop all the time to and from school, mainly when I was coming home from school, I used to pop in the shop before I could go home. I used to always pop into a shop and get, like 1p sweet. You could get sweets for 1p, mind. Like genuinely 1p. And they just used to be like, the big cola bottles and stuff like that. You could get like 1p sweets. That is nuts. Like in this day and age, can't get anything for 1p. Not a single thing for 1p. Freddos used to be 10p. I'm pretty sure they used to be 5p at one point. Or was that something else? They also did a caramel Taz, which was in the shape of Taz from Looney Tunes. And then obviously it had caramel in the middle. It was done by Cadbury's and it was the same, the shaped chocolates. And they were like my go-tos. I used to prefer them over Freddos, but Freddo is always a good go-to just to have. But they've also shrunk like massively in size. Because when I was a kid, I'm almost positive they were about this big for 10p. I'm almost positive. But now they've like shrunk down to about, it seems like this big for 25p, which is a joke. But that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Class spell in there, mate. Another absolute banger from Middlesbrough City Council. Keep seller. Oh my days. Is this actually a road in Middlesbrough? Somebody from Middlesbrough, if you're watching this, please let me know. Is this actually true, or is this like photoshopped, or is it now corrected? Because this is quite funny if it's true. Keep seller. I suppose, is it an easy mistake to do? I mean, the E is going in the middle, the L's going where the E is, so... I don't actually know. I suppose the only people who could really answer that is the council themselves. Whether they did it as a bit of a laugh to get back at the city council itself, or whether it's just a genuine mistake, or like I said, maybe this is photoshopped. I have no idea, but either way, pretty funny. I kicked a burning terrorist so hard in the balls that I tore my tendon in my foot. You, sir, are a national hero. Well done. I obviously I have no recollection of this newspaper because it's from Scotland. I'm not from Scotland. That headline is pretty cool. Like, this epitomizes what Great Britain is all about, to be honest. Kick a man whilst he's burning, sure. But the fact that you kicked him so hard that you tore a tendon in your foot, that, my friend, that deserves a round of applause, because that takes some effort, I'm sure. This toilet is bang out of order. So obviously they put a sign up here saying this toilet is out of order, which you should do if there's like a water leakage or it's not flushing or anything like that. But obviously somebody's gone up to this sign and wrote bang in the middle, because that is I don't know if it's a popular saying anymore, but growing up, used to hear that all the time. Bang out of order. That's basically what it is. Like, so if somebody was doing something that was like you didn't agree with, you would say, that's bang out of order, mate. That's just the way it was back then. Growing up, it was a completely different time. It was a different time, all right? Leave it alone. Teacher, you can't hear an image. Me. funkypigeon.com. That's true, guys. You can hear pictures. I feel like it's more relevant nowadays because every advert that seems to come out seems to have a bloody jingle to it, and I don't know why. But every advert that seems to come, or every other advert that seems to come on TV now, has like some sort of like la 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 la. You know what I mean? Like it's just fucking, it's weird, man. Like, we went through a phase where the adverts were so funny, and then some were like, near the knuckle, or like close to somewhat you shouldn't show, but they still passed the TV auditors and all that crap. And then we went to like serious adverts for a time, and now we've gone to like some musical stage of adverts, which were fun to begin with, don't get me wrong. But then it seemed like every bloody company was hopping on this trend. And now it's just like, we've got far too many. There's just far too many. Just stop. Stop. Go back to comedy ones. They were the best, man. I might do a video on like old commercials from the 90s and stuff, which I used to see all the time. It's funny. The sad bastard meal deal. Would buy this in a heartbeat. £3.50 Italian dime for one ready-made meal and one beer. I mean, spaghetti bolognese and a beer for £3.50. Come on, lads. Come on. Can't go wrong with that. Only in Britain would a road look like this. Yeah, that is true. Literally just outside my house right now, the road kind of does look like that. Instead of, just repaving it all or re-tarmacking it all, they just come round with this machine that just like looks like it's taking a shite in the middle of the road. And then they like scoop it around to make it smooth. It's weird, man. Weird. Especially if you got that many potholes like this road does here. Surely it would have just been easier just to, get the whole tarmac fucking lorry out and just go over it all. No? Like the amount of money you probably spent on tarmac alone just doing up these little holes. I know obviously they're from different times and they've not all happened together, so there's no point. But like now, when it looks like that, because you can see there's still cracks here, there, and everywhere. Just go over the fucking road. People pay road tax for this sort of shite, but you never see it done. It's like the street lights. Half of them ain't even on down here anymore at night time. And I feel bad for people who pay road tax. Like, it's an essential thing to have on, surely. Here we go. This is going to cause some debate, I suppose, in the comments. To everyone that thinks Jaffa cakes are not a biscuit, I hope you enjoy your birthday cake. Right. Is it a biscuit or a cake? That is the question that all of UK seem to ask all the time. People from around the world probably won't even know what the fuck we're on about. But Jaffa cakes, the name says cake. Jaffa cakes. Cakes. Plurals. But a lot of people seem to say it's a biscuit. But the box says cakes. So it's a cake. Jaffa cake. That's how I see it. That's how I'm sticking with. So if you want to call it biscuit, you call it a bloody biscuit. But a biscuit to me is something that is crunchy, has a crunch to it. But a cake is something that's soft, and this is soft with a bit of gelatin or jelly in the middle and chocolate on the top. I never really got this perception of this argument until I got a little bit older, to where I am now, obviously. But people just saying it's a biscuit, it's like, I need somebody who is on the side of calling this a biscuit to appear in my comments or on my DMs and just explain to me why this is classed as a biscuit. Because the box says Jaffa Cakes, so it's a fucking cake. That's all I'm going to say. You have 8 months left, homeless people. We plan to cut all homeless people in half by 2025. I mean, yeah, you're going to have a lot of half homeless people walking around. I've been to the year 3000, not much has changed, but the carrier bags are now a 10. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's probably going to end up true. A lot of companies now, it's still 10p for most places here in South Wales. I assume it's all over the UK as well that they charge 10p for a bag. I've been to places in like Bristol and stuff, and they don't actually charge money for bags, but they do give out like paper bags. But a lot of, like, even for paper bags here in South Wales, it's 10p. But I imagine they'll go up in price at some point. They always do. I mean, they encourage you to buy these bag for life stuff. I have one over here somewhere. In the UK, we have a place called Primark. I know there's a lot of Primarks now around the world, but yeah. So when I went in there the other day, I forgot to take a reusable bag. I don't know why I did air quotes for, because it's an actual thing, reusable bags. So I bought one of these. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's just a little canvassy type bag, really. And it cost me £4. Now the size of it, you're probably not going to fit a great deal in there. Like, I know when I went in there, I bought a few items. And to be honest, that was about the limit that you could fit in the bag. And I think it was only about 4 items. So it's not going to, like, for £4, it wasn't really worth it. But I mean, I like the design on it because it's Dragon Ball Z and stuff. Right, with that being said, I'm going to stop it there because this is quite a long video. I'll carry it on in a different video, but I like to keep my videos quite short. So if you like this sort of content, please like, share, subscribe. Please consider subscribing for more of these stuff. If you have any subreddits that you want me to check out, like memes, jokes, confessions, like I did in the last video, which I'll link somewhere on screen, please go check out that video. And if you want to see more of that, just let me know in the comments. Give me subreddits in the comments. Leave me DMs on my socials, which have been on screen somewhere already. But yeah, let me know. Go out and have fun. Life's too short not to have fun. And I hope you have a really good day. And I hope you've enjoyed these Great British memes. Go out, have fun, take care. I'll see you soon.